Hey, it's a preacher, and we got sunshine, which shows off my white legs, but that's okay. It's been raining and raining and raining, and that's all we've seen is rain. And today the sun's came out, the temperatures have warmed up. It was supposed to storm today, but that never materialized. And so anyways, what we've got's a sunny day. And so I have a bed here. This is just one side of my raised bed, and my old raised bed. Anyways, what I plan on doing here is I'm going to chop in some of these weeds, and I'm going to work this soil up, and then I'm going to do some planting today. I had a cattle panel that went across here, and my plans for this bed is to grow cucumbers on this cattle panel. But that leaves me the sides of the bed with nothing on them. So what I'm going to do is run a row of onions. These would be Texas sweets, and these over here would be sweet red onions. And I've got some onion plants. I'm going to run those down the edge. And then in the middle, where my cattle panel is going to go, I'm going to plant radishes. And then the radishes will be done in 30 days. Or they say 30 days to harvest. Either way, I'm not going to put my cucumbers out until after frost, the last frost date, which is about a month away. So about the time my radishes are done, I'll be setting my cucumber plants. And it'll be a while before they climb the trellis and shade everything out. So that'll give me time to finish the radishes out of the middle, and then I'll have onions on each side. I've never grown onions before, so I don't really know what to expect. If I just get some little small ones, that's fine. If I get some great big ones, that's fine. But either way, I've got to chop down these weeds. Most of these weeds are just, well, there's not much there. The ground's been pretty well worked, and that's all I'm going to do is soften up that dirt so that the radishes and the onions have some good soft dirt to work in. Okay, this literally took me like 5 minutes. This bed here from, let me get you back here. This bed here from the edge to there is 12 foot. So I'm gonna have two 12-foot rows. And I wanna show you how loose this dirt is. I mean, I can drag this back and forth. And if I want to, I can sit here and pick out every little weed that's in here. I don't need to. I broke it up a little bit and chopped it under a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. But what I've got is some really good soil. And so I've just leveled it out with a hole. You can see how easy it's working. Okay, now that I've got it worked, and you can see how soft it is. You know, that's how soft it is. No effort. I can bury that hole right up in it. All right, now that you see how soft it is, I'm going to hook up the cattle panel, and I'm going to raise it up about, I don't know, maybe 6 inches off the ground. That will give my radishes a little room to grow under the panel, where I will eventually put the cucumbers. If it didn't make sense to you before, maybe it'll make sense to you now. On this cattle panel trellis, I will eventually plant a cucumber here, 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 and down there. So I'll have 4 cucumbers over 12 feet. But that's a month before they even go in the ground. Radishes will be ready to harvest in a month, or start harvesting in a month. So I'm going to plant a row of radishes right down this center row, right underneath this. They won't need the trellis, it's just vacant ground. On this side, in this little trough you see, I'm planting red onions. On this other side, in this little trough you see, I'm going to plant white onions. So there's how your onion plants look if you buy them at the store. I bought these at the local farmers co-op. These are onions, red onions here. And these are whites. I think these are Texas sweets. And these are just called sweet reds. So what I'm going to do is put the whites over there and the reds over here. I like to put mine in water. For one thing, this was all just straight mud, and they can get a little dry in shipping. You see the edges of them kind of get dried out from where they got cut. And so I soak them in water, and what that does, that gives them a good drink, gets them hydrated, and I think it just helps them go in there better. Okay, let me show you the difference here. I'm looking for one like this. See all them roots on there? See all them roots? Look at this one here. No roots, just nothing really. Given the choice, if you got plenty, go with this one. Stick this one over in your green onion pile. Alright, let's have a little look down here and I'll show you what I did. Show you what I did done. Alright, you can see the bulb of that onion is right there. I don't have it buried up to here. We want this to make a bulb. If that's on top of the ground, that's even better. It's those little white roots down underneath it that make all the difference in the world. So we got them in. We got them standing up straight. You can kind of see down through there. The reds, same way. So what we're going to do is I scattered my radish seeds here in the middle, and I don't want them very deep. There's a little radish seed right there at the tip of my finger, that little thing. So I'm just going to go through here, and I kind of do this. I'm not closing the gap, but I'm just kind of making sure they have soil contact. See, that's a little radish seed. I lost it right there. There at the tip of my finger. I don't want that 2 inches deep. I just want it like that. You can't see it. There's one. I just want to, you're kind of just patting them in the ground. And you're not packing them in. You just kind of massaging the soil. And by massaging the soil, they're going to get enough contact. And I'm not worried about this. May look like a high spot, but when it rains, it's all going to be level, okay? I don't want you to get the impression I'm planting these in a trench, because I'm not. I'm not. I'm just drawing a line in the sand. So I'm just patting them in. Now you're asking yourself, what'd you do with all them leftover onions? You only planted 2 12-foot rows. Those are about 4 or 5 inches apart. That's what it recommended. I took all the other onions, which was, I put about half of a bunch, a little over half a bunch in my 2 rows. But here's what I did with all the rest. This center bed's wider than the other 2. And you can see my boards have rotted out here. So I stuck some down in there just to kind of hold the dirt in place. And then I just scattered these randomly around, and they're too close together. Purpose behind that is those are what we call spring onions or green onions. We'll just mainly be eating the tops and that little bit of bulb before they ever make bulbs. And if any of them make bulbs, then, you know, we'll pull them out and eat them. We won't hold it against them because they weren't planted in the right place. But in this center bed is peppers. And so there'll only be a couple of peppers on this end. And if there's some onions left that look like they're going to make bulbs, well, then I'll leave them. So all I'm going to do now is get the water can and pour a little water, and that will ensure good soil contact on those roots, the bottom of the onion bulbs, and we'll call that bed planted until I get cucumbers. And then all the radishes will be out and the cucumbers will go in. I'll bring you along for that too. Thanks for watching.